People are caught in entertainment. If one more man walks up to me on the street or at the grocery store and says, hey, you know, did you see the Cowboys last night? What'd you think? I had 3 people come up to me today and talk to me about the Cowboys last night. And I looked at all of them. I said, man, there's too much going on in the real world to care about the Cowboys. And I went and ate dinner by myself late last night after that game. And I was sitting there in a restaurant. People were coming over to me who were my listeners, but still bringing up the Cowboys losing. And I was just like, man, come on. And all the reporters real serious, like they're reporting on World War III about what's happening with football. That's why we're slaves, because people are experts and men get real serious about a game. And so this morning I was watching a little bit of television and watching different NFL games and clips from them and watching grown men who were supposed to be captaining starships by this point and are supposed to be trailblazing, you know, undersea projects and are supposed to be leading and guiding their children and directing the culture and are supposed to be leaders with goals, are running around in little outfits in simulated combat with each other, slapping each other on the butts. And look, I can get into the football. I can sit there and learn all about it, and it's a male soap opera and get into it. I get it. But as our whole culture goes down the rat hole, as our government funds al-Qaeda to attack Russia, to destabilize the Olympics, as Saudi Arabia promised to do 3 months ago, because Russia won't hand over Syria to al-Qaeda, as the cashless society goes in, as the robot cars hit the streets, as they set up the robotic slave systems in France and in, of all places, China to replace humans, as the globalists announce that when they have all this in place and a robot army of drones in place, they'll release the bioweapons and start the war against humanity. I'm convinced they could release bioweapons right now and people would still go along with it and still go along with whatever they... I mean, it's horrible. We're living in a hardcore science fiction movie. And women are just incredibly, on average, so shallow, so petty, so insecure, so stupid. Men, so shallow, so insecure. Oh, take my rights. Oh, spy on me. Oh, checkpoints. Oh, proctology exams on the highway. Oh, teach my kids to rat on me because the scourge of drugs, when the government ships the drugs in, is trying to put the kids on Adderall and Ritalin and all these Prozac drugs. Oh, you know, take kids that are 5 pounds overweight from their parents and put them in government custody to put them on 7 different drugs, and where they're 5 to 7 times more likely to be sexually or physically abused. I mean, no one is looking at the threat and the fruits of this giant global government system. Let me tell you, cherry pie doesn't come out the end of this thing. Freedom and prosperity doesn't come out of the end of it. What comes out of it is slavery and poverty and ignorance, and I don't want to say horse manure, because horse manure is actually useful for crops. This is beyond BS, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo, Sierra. And you've got to admit you've been cheated. You've got to admit you've been conned. You've got to admit you've been put in a lackadaisical... Television is what killed America and killed the world. The question is, can we come back from the dead? I mean, I remember being like 12 years old, walking into a restaurant, being self-conscious when people were looking at me. I remember being a little bit like that, but I mean, now just not being self-conscious is so good. But then I see other adults that are so self-conscious. I don't care if they're rich or poor, black or white. And all of the idiosyncratic stuff and all the neurotic stuff and all of the, you know, somebody in a fancier car than yours pulling up beside you and revving it so you look over so they can look down on your car. And you just look over at them and it's just like, you're not feeling bad because they have a nicer car than you. You're feeling bad because they literally are that shallow narcissistically that they need to feel like a horse running up beside another horse that is faster than you. And that psychology is just so base. But that's how they manipulate everybody. These are the issues that are so frustrating, to see humanity becoming more decadent, not more enlightened. I mean, I would be watching on the sat feed as the first explorers arrive on Europa. And by the way, with the technology the globalists have had, we could have been there 20 years ago, probably are. With probes, at least we know. They could already have basically giant extraction units on different planets we know have incredible resources and different planetoids and could already have huge off-world colonies. And I would be watching the sat screens cheering on the settlers. I mean, that would be, and you'd see a ship, you know, malfunction and its reactor blow up. And that would be watching real men and women out there, you know, doing space jumps and all of it. I mean, that's what I want, not men in tights slapping each other on the ass. Excuse me. We need to be going into space. We need to be getting the life extension technology. We need to be going into the deep earth. We need to be going into the seas. And if they built up trailblazers again, if they built up leadership again, humans would want that and would support it in the market of ideas and would support corporations and governments that did it. And we could do anything together, but we need goals. Look at all the palaces and temples and pyramids built by man before, by ancients. And we are building nothing but fraud and lies. Our civilization is not building anything but deception because the globalists already have all the advanced technology. They're really giddy about it. They're on power trips. That's the ultimate wealth, is knowledge. And they are shuttering the world from human advancement. And I don't like seeing myself and my family walled off in it. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our immune support infusion blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.